8 hostages, 3 Israeli and 5 Thai nationals, have been released from captivity in Gaza. The first to be freed was Israeli soldier Agam Berger, followed by Abel Yehud and Gadi Moses. The 5 Thai nationals, whose names have not been disclosed yet, were also released amid chaotic scenes in southern Gaza. Now, footage from Khan Yunis shows a small white van carrying the hostages, surrounded by armed gunmen, struggling to navigate through a dense, chaotic crowd. The van then eventually entered a partly ruined structure where the handover took place. Palestinian gunmen escorted the freed hostages through the pressing crowd as Gazans attempted to catch a glimpse of those being released. Abel Yehud, one of the last living female hostages, appeared to be afraid of the people pressing toward her as she slowly walked toward a Red Cross vehicle. An Israeli military helicopter transported released hostage Agam Berger to a hospital in central Israel on Thursday after she was freed from Gaza captivity. The helicopter arrived at Beilzin Hospital in Petah Tikva to the cheer of people welcoming her arrival. Berger is one of 8 hostages released on Thursday after more than 15 months being held by Palestinian militants in Gaza.
Israeli negotiators.
This scene was in stark contrast to a separate, more controlled handover in northern Gaza earlier in the day, where hostages were transferred in a highly choreographed manner. The parents of released Israeli hostage Agam Berger met her in an Israeli army facility on Thursday, which was January 30th, after she was released from Hamas's captivity. A video released by the Israeli army showed 20-year-old Agam unable to contain her tears as her mother hugged her in her lap, promising to quote-unquote never leave her. A crowd gathered in Tel Aviv on Thursday to celebrate the release of 3 Israeli hostages in Gaza in return for 110 Palestinian prisoners to be freed in the latest stage of the ceasefire deal. The crowd in so-called Hostages Square sang and in fact danced while waving placards with photos of the hostages. They cheered as the handover of 7 hostages, including 2 Israelis and 5 foreign nationals, to the Red Cross was announced. In fact, tears of relief were seen in the Sriyaun family in Thailand after learning their family member was among the 5 hostages released by Hamas on Thursday. The Sriyaun family wait came to an end when Vivaro Sriyaun, the hostage's mother, received a phone call confirming he had been freed. I'm going to quote a couple of lines here. It's confirmed that our son is not dead, Vivaro said, tears streaming down her face. You can see it through the visuals too. In fact, under the first phase of the ceasefire agreement, 33 Israeli hostages captured during the October 7th attacks are to be freed, while Israel is set to release approximately 2,000 Palestinian prisoners. Now, 2 previous rounds of release have already taken place, with Israeli authorities confirming that 8 of the remaining hostages slated for release are deceased.